From downtown Fresno on this Wednesday night. And Jaden Hill out of the windup in his first pitch of the ball game. And that swung on line to right field. And comes the right fielder in Fernandez, and he traps the ball. And it's a base hit for Caden Trinkle to open the ball game. So good effort by the right fielder Fernandez, but Trinkle, who coming in at 275 with a homer and 7 RBIs in his so far brief professional career, as a first pitch single. So Trinkle singles to right to open the ball game. So back-to-back nights in which the Ports have had the leadoff man reached. Last night it was a home run. Today it's a single. And now Danny Batista digs in to face Jaden Hill, who works out of the set really immediately tonight. And he pours in a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. So the first pitch was at 6:54. On a 101-degree evening from downtown Fresno. Batista, 247, 4 homers, 31 RBIs, and he takes outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stockton's managed by Franklin Font. He is a third base coach. And coaching over at first base, assistant hitting coach Cooper Goldby. Counts at 1-1, so Trinkle, the runner at first base, 2 steals. He's been caught once so far as a professional. Trinkle drafted this year by the A's in the 9th round out of Oklahoma State. Count to Batista's at 1-1. Hill making his first ever start or appearance of any kind with Fresno in Fresno, that is. Kicks and delivers, and Batista takes high. 2-1. So again, this is his Chichancy Park debut for Jaden Hill. Jaden is spelled capital Jaden. 22 years old, 6'4", 234 pounds. 2 balls, 1 strike. No score, top of the first. There goes Trinkle. The pitch to Batista, foul to the screen. And we'll try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. From Hill, who played his college baseball at LSU until having to shut things down April of last year because of Tommy John surgery. So that knocked him out just over a year, and even though the Rockies drafted him in the 2nd round last year, knowing he had undergone Tommy John surgery, still had about a year of rehab. Again, Trinkle goes. Batista swings, slaps this ball to the left side, having to retreat as the shortstop Amador, and up with the ball still in time to get it to Lewis at first. And Batista is out. Well, Trinkle took off on the pitch. That forced the shortstop Amador to vacate his spot at short, so he had to go cover second. Batista, a right-handed batter, hit the ball to where Amador was standing or in that area, and then Amador had to retrace the steps. And fortunately for him and the Grizzlies, able to get that ball. Otherwise, it's in left field, and it's likely first and third with nobody out. But instead, that's the first out of the game. Trinkle does move to second, but again, 1 out. And now C.J. Rodriguez bats. But anyway, Hill pitched in several games this year at the Arizona complex, so that was really his pro debut, pitching in North Scottsdale at the Rockies complex over at Salt River Fields. Now C.J. Rodriguez digs in with a game no score, and the pitch, breaking ball taken for a strike, 0-1. So Jaden Hill, that fastball can get up to about 98. That's what it topped out last week. I talked to Grizzlies manager Robinson Cancel while we were in Visalia. It was the day after Hill's start. And he said, yeah, 98 is what he topped out as Rodriguez swings and flies this one toward right center. A long run for Fernandez. He can't get it. Ball gets past him. Trinkle's going to be waved to the plate as the center fielder Montgomery gets the ball in toward the first baseman Lewis. In with an unnecessary dive because the ball was nowhere near the plate is Trinkle. And Stockton is on the board first and give Rodriguez a double to right and a run batted in. So an RBI for C.J. Rodriguez, who tied the game in the 8th inning last night and gets the scoring started tonight with his 31st run batted in. Well, they put Trinkle in motion, got him to second, and scored on that fly ball double to right. So now it's Tommy Stevenson at 333, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. And the pitch from Hill to Stevenson, and that is high ball 1-0. So Hill in his Fresno debut went 3 shutout innings. That will not be the case tonight, at least in the shutout department. 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, struck out 7. Visalia Rawhide last week as the 1-0 to Stevenson, swing and a miss at a fastball. And that is strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tommy Stevenson. 19th round pick this year out of Missouri Southern State. 1 for 5 last night, which included a 2-run homer as part of that 5-run 8th through the ports. 1-0 Stockton, and Stevenson is swinging a miss at a fastball in the inner half. That was at 92 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stevenson is from St. Louis and, again, drafted this season by the A's. In fact, played some summer ball this year in the Northwoods League. That's really where the A's found him, is the pitch on the way. High fastball there, swing and a miss, strike 3 at 93 miles an hour. And Stevenson is the first strikeout victim of Hill tonight. So 2 down. It's 1-0 Stockton, top of the first. Doug Greenwald with you on 1430 ESPN. Glad you can join us on this Wednesday night. Baseball on the radio tonight. We'll have baseball on the radio much of this week, tomorrow, and then again Saturday and Sunday. So now it's Daniel Susak at 256 and 11 Stockton games, a homer, 6 RBIs. Rests the bat just over his right shoulder, and Hill pours in a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Mentioned Stevens. I know he just struck out, but want to mention that he was in the Northwoods League this year, College Wooden Bat League, playing for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders up in Wisconsin. No balls, 1 strike to count. Lead at second base by Rodriguez, and Susak a swing and a foul to the screen. Strike 2, 0-2. Susak, 2 for 5 last night, a pair of singles. Where they all everything at the University of Arizona. Played 2 seasons with the Wildcats. A 1-0 Stockton, top of the first. Lights on here at Chachansey Park, despite still a lot of daylight in the area. Look back at second by Hill. And the 2-strike pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball in the inner half, foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Fulford, strike 3. And Susak is out. So the inning, or the half inning, is over. Pair of strikeouts for Hill. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Stockton leaves 1 after half an inning tonight. Stockton 1 and Fresno coming to bat. You are listening to the Fresno Grizzlies on FresnoGrizzlies.com and 1430 ESPN.
They're always there for us. They're close, they're connected, they're part of our community, and it's a huge part of our business. At the end of the day, it's all about trust, and that's what we get with Fresno First Bank. Day in and day out.
On to the second inning tonight, it is 1-0 Stockton. The first pitch to Junior Perez is fouled to the right side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. 1-0 Ports. And the pitch to Perez, and he looks low, and that's ball 1. 1-1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Stockton. No runs, a hit, no errors for Fresno. Perez, Campos, and Paulino. And the pitch and a breaking ball drops it nicely for a strike on the inside corner from Jaden Hill. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Perez, 247, 13 homers, 57 RBIs. The windup in the 1-2. Strike 3 called inside corner. And Perez is out. So 3 straight strikeouts for Hill going back to last inning. And now here is the second baseman, and Alexander Campos. So talking to pitching coach, Fresno pitching coach Mark Brewer, he said that Jaden Hill tonight expected to go about 4 innings and 60 pitches. And then much like last week and much how it's supposed to go the rest of the year whenever Hill starts, Colin Kofka will be the second pitcher in tonight. So now it's Campos who takes a strike 0-1. Although last time out, Tyler Ross pitched 1 inning between Hill and Kofka, but Kofka will be in sometime tonight. Let's put it that way. The 0-1, swinging a foul to the screen, strike 2, 0-2. 260 for Campos, a homer. He has 14 runs batted in. 1-0 Stockton. Top of the second. Tire field in the shade. Lights are on. The windup in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Slider strike 3, and 3 pitches gets rid of Campos. So 4 straight strikeouts now for Jaden Hill. Mentioned struck out 7 in his Fresno debut a week ago tonight in Visalia. It was a 6-1 Fresno win. So in that game, he had a span of 5 straight strikeouts. Right now it's at 4 consecutive. Now Johan Paulino digs in. And a check swing, tapper first base side. It's picked up by the pitcher Hill, gloved on the grass about halfway between first and the mound, and he'll just flip the ball over to Lewis at first. And Paulino is out. Maybe he said, you know what, best way to make contact, I'll just check my swing. 1-3 on that play, and Stockton goes in order in the second, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After an inning and a half, it is 1-0 in favor of Stockton over Fresno. We have more baseball on the radio tomorrow, 6:20 p.m. for the pregame and a 6:50 p.m. first pitch. Also tomorrow night at the ballpark, it'll be Tioga Sequoia Beer Night. So get this, folks, $10. You get two 19.2-ounce beers. Again, presented by Tioga Sequoia. Derek Salome leads it off, and the native of Venezuela takes high from Jaden Hill, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Salome, and then the top of the Stockton order for the center fielder Trinkle, and then Batista. 9-1-2 as Jaden Hill delivers, and Salome fouls one to the plate. Strike one, 1-1. Salome did not play last night. 148, no homers, and he has 3 runs batted in. A guy who pretty much is strictly a shortstop. He's not what you would define a utility infielder. His main position is shortstop. First taste of professional baseball or at least with Stockton, I should say, for Salome as he takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Salome spent 2018 and 2019 in the Dominican Summer League, but this first taste of the Cal League within the last few weeks. The windup in the 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Mentioned lights on. Tire field in the shade. But still plenty of daylight around the Fresno area. Fresno 1, Stockton 1, top of the third. The windup and the 2-2. And that's driven the other way, right field, base hit. Well, the first baseman, Lewis, was playing well off the bag. And he poked it right past Lewis. So ball picked up by the right fielder, Fernandez. Gets it in towards second. And Salome is at first with nobody out. Third hit tonight for Stockton. The game equal at 1. And now for the second time tonight, Stockton will go to the top of its order for the center fielder, Caden Trinkle, who singled on the first pitch of the game to right and eventually scored on the double by Rodriguez. So Salome, the runner at first base, being held on by Lewis. And the pitch from the set, and that's bunted up along the third base line. It'll trickle foul. So Trinkle bunts one that trickles foul. No balls and 1 strike. Salome at first, 1 steal through his first 7 Stockton games without being caught. Fresno 1, Stockton 1, top of the third. Here at Chachansey Park, where it's 324 feet down the left field line. 385 to the gaps. 400 to straightaway center. And it's 335 down the right field line. Trinkle out of Oklahoma State, again drafted this year, grips the bat right on the end. There goes Salome. Pitch, tap, foul up along first, strike 2-0-2. 13-foot wall from the left field foul pole toward left center. Then the wall drops down to 11 feet high with a little chain link fence atop that portion out by the grassy berm and the video board and the swimming pool. Then you get the straightaway center. It's a 10-foot wall. And then it's at that height all the way past the manually operated scoreboard in right center. And then the wall gradually declines from 10 feet down to 4 feet. And it's a 4-foot fence at the right field foul pole. Count is at 0-2 to Trinkle. Again, Salome at first. 1-1, Fresno Stockton, top of the third. And Hill's pitch from the set. High fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped in the glove of the catcher, Fulford. And Trinkle is out. 5 strikeouts for Jaden Hill. Fresno 1, Stockton 1. Again, first out of this inning, and now Danny Batista will dig in. Face Jaden Hill, and mentioned that he didn't pitch a ton of games at LSU because of injury last year, and of course the pandemic the year before. So now it's Batista who bats, and he grounded a shortstop his first time. But Hill, quite an athlete. Again, big guy at 6'4", 234 pounds. Hill was recruited to play quarterback at schools like the University of Missouri and North Carolina State. LSU didn't have as much football interest in him, though, as obviously baseball. As a high fastball there, Batista swings and misses at 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike. But talking to Hill, he told me that, he said LSU showed some football interest in him, but couldn't guarantee him a lot of playing time. But baseball side, different deal. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Solomon at first, and the pitch, and that is high ball 2, 2-1. But Rockies drafted him in the second round last year. Despite the Tommy John surgery. But good changeup to go along with a overpowering fastball. The kick on the 2-1. Swinging a foul to the backstop, strike 2. So the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes from Jaden Hill to Danny Batista. Hill, mentioned, grew up in Ashdown, Arkansas, which is about maybe an hour and a half north of Shreveport, just in the, not far from Texarkana, Arkansas, just in the southern part of the natural state. The 2-2 pitch to Batista runs inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hill, two-way player in high school, played third base and pitched at Ashdown High. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We think the count is at 3-2. It might be 2-2. There goes Solomon. Pitch to Batista. Lifted high to left field. Kokoska in the twilight back a few steps, and he makes the catch. There was some discrepancy with the count, whether it be 3-2 or 2-2, but doesn't matter now. Batista flies out to left, 2 away. Salome back to first base. Fresno 1, Stockton 1. Top of the third. And now here is the designated hitter, and C.J. Rodriguez. But again, Hill limited to just limited to 6 games from 1919 through 2020 at LSU. As Rodriguez a foul to the screen, strike 1, 0-1, and then because of the elbow issues, lasted only 29 2/3 innings in 2021 before having to shut it down in April. And Hill probably would have been a first-round pick. I don't mean necessarily by the Rockies, but by somebody, but because of the Tommy John surgery that forced him down a round. But the Rockies said, you know what, we like this kid's makeup and feel that he will heal properly. And excited to see him now in a Fresno uniform. No balls and a strike to count. Salome at first, a small lead, being held on by Lewis. And the pitch to Rodriguez, breaking ball, taken low. And that is a ball, 1-1. Possibly these two would have seen each other in the Southeastern Conference with Rodriguez at Vanderbilt and Hill at LSU. Talking about 2 great baseball programs, no doubt about it. LSU and Vanderbilt. 1 ball, 1 strike as Hill delivers from the set, and Rodriguez takes high ball 2, 2-1. Hill mentioned talking about him being a great athlete in high school, but he broke his collarbone playing football in high school and broke his wrist playing basketball in high school. So he's had some injuries prior to his UCL in college. The 2-1 on the way. High fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. UCL meaning ulnar collateral ligament. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Rodriguez, who had an RBI double to right in the first inning. Again, Salome's been at first for a while. And the pitch to Rodriguez, and that's low, ball 3. So with 3-2 and 2 outs, Salome will be off automatically from first base. So 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on this quiet Wednesday night from downtown Fresno. A little quieter now. It's our first homestand back since school has started. Seemed like the road trip we were on was a long one. And the off days, the 12 games. Salome goes the 3-2, and that's way up and in, ball 4. So Rodriguez will walk to first. Salome up to second base now. And it's first and second with 2 out for the first baseman, Tommy Stevenson. as the catcher Fulford will go out and have a talk with Hill. Fresno tonight in the home white uniforms, white shirt, white pants. Fresno spelled across the front in cherry red. Red star on the bottom left of the shirt. Red number on the back of the shirt, going with the red caps. Face of the grizzly bear on the front of the cap. Again, red number on the back. Stockton in the royal blue shirts tonight. Gray pants. Royal blue cap, red bill, white number on the back. Stockton spelled across the front in both white and blue. Logo on the Stockton cap is same as they wore last night. Letter P for ports with a ship's anchor right through it. So now it's Stevenson. He was the first strikeout victim of Hill. 2 on, 2 out. Game tied at 1, top of the third, and Jaden Hill sporting a turquoise blue glove. Kicks from the set, and Stevenson takes an off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. They have a couple of big guys going at it here. You have Hill, who stands 6'4", the pitcher, and then Stevenson, the batter, standing 6'4". So no balls and 1 strike the count. 2 on, 2 out. Lewis, the first baseman, way off the bag as Stevenson flies this one to center field, sends Montgomery back a handful of steps, and he'll have room in the front of the warning track, and he makes the catch. So Stevenson flies to center, and Hill gets out of trouble in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no Fresno errors, and 2 Stockton runners left. After 2.5 innings, it's Fresno 1, Stockton 1. You are listening to the Fresno Grizzlies on 1430 ESPN and FresnoGrizzlies.com.